So hi everyone. Now we are seeing the topic as object-oriented programming concept. So the main features of object-oriented programming have objects, classes, data abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, dynamic binding, and message passing. So in this, the first one is objects. So object is a collection of entity or it is a building blocks for designing the programs. So it having a collection of data members and each and every data members can be associated with the member function. So any object can represent the person, place, table of data. Each object is identified by unique name. Each object must be a member of a particular class. So for example, if you are representing the object name is apple, orange, mango, immediately we can represent the class name as fruit. So the next one, class. So class is a collection of objects. So the object can be made user-defined data types with the help of the classes. So collection of objects that have the identical property and common behavior and share their relationship. Once the class is defined, with any number of objects of the class is created. So the class or user-defined data types, a class can hold both data and function with the help of access specifier. For example, if you are representing plant, sun, moon, or the member of class that is solar system. So the next one, data abstraction, encapsulation, and data hiding. So data abstraction is a process of representing the essential feature without including the background details or explanations. Just we are representing what is representing the class and what is representing the object. We are not represent all the details of the classes. So the next one, data encapsulation. So the data encapsulation is wrapping up of data and function into a single unit is called data encapsulation. So the encapsulation is enables the data hiding and or information hiding. So what is the meaning of hiding? What are the data is required for a particular class? That data alone can be visible to the particular class. So the class does not have visible to the another class means that member and function cannot be accessed by the another class. So that is representation of data hiding. So what is the definition of data hiding? Is a method is used in the object-oriented programming to hide the information within the computer code. So the next one, inheritance. So inheritance is a process by which one object can appear and uses the properties of another object. So the existing class is representing a base class or superclass. The new version or new derived class is representing as a derived class or subclass. So the derived class can share some properties of the base class. Therefore, the code from the base class can be reduced by the derived class. So this is a vectorial representation of your base class and derived class. So if you're having a base class, in this base class, we are deriving the class derived class 1 and derived class 2. So in this representation, we are having so many types of inheritance. Suppose if you are representing the two base class, one is derived class that is representing a multiple inheritance. So if you are generating the from one base class to one derived class, and then we can derive the one more derived class from the base class, it is representing the multi-level inheritance. So totally we are having a 5 different types of inheritance in the object-oriented programming features. So the next one is polymorphism. So the polymorphism is a ability of an operator and function to take multiple forms is known as polymorphism. So polymorphism is simply taking more than one form. So it may be operator overloading or it may be a function overloading. So different types of polymorphism is operator overloading and function overloading. So what is the meaning of operator overloading? So overloading is allows the object to have a different meaning depending upon the context. So we are having a two types of overloading. One is operator overloading, another one is function overloading. So when an existing operator can operate the data in different representation. So for example, if you are having a plus is operator, so this plus operator is used only for adding two numbers. But instead of this plus operator, we can write different format for representing the plus operator, or different representation or different task will be assigned to the plus operator. So this is operator overloading. And then function overloading. So we are having a more than one function, more than one task representation with the same single function name can be associated, means it is function overloading. So how the function is differ with the help of your return type and the number of parameters what we are passing inside the function name. So the next one, data dynamic binding and message passing. So once the binding of data and member function in the object oriented, it will be done in the runtime. So this is called dynamic binding. Once the compile time binding will be happen in C language, that is representing a static binding. Once the binding operation will be done in the runtime, it is called dynamic binding. So dynamic binding is a process of linking the procedural call to the specific source code or the function at a runtime or during the execution of the program is representing as a dynamic binding. So the message passing is a communication or sending the message to the object. A message for an object is a request of execution of the procedure. It's specifying the name of the object or name of the function and the information to be sent to the object. So this is a simple structure of your C++ program. So in this simple structure, we are having a C++ header. So C++ header having a IO stream, conio.h. Likewise, we are having a C++ header, and class definition. We can identify what are the data members we can use and what are the functions we are doing in the data members. So all the type of representation can be implemented in the class definition. And then member function definition, what type of function we are declared inside the class, that should be defined in the member function definition. And then main function. So each and every program will be started with the main function. So from this, with the help of main function, we can execute or we are enable the classes and objects in the C++ program. So mainly C++ program, we are having a object-oriented programming language. So from this object-oriented programming language, we are implementing the inheritance, we are implementing the polymorphism, we are implementing the data hiding, data abstraction, all those features. But instead of this object-oriented programming, once we are using a procedural level programming, we are not implementing these type of features in the programming language. The data hiding is not possible, inheritance is not possible, dynamic binding is not possible. So all the type of features only applicable in the object-oriented programming. Thank you.